Long time no see, baby. I've been waiting for this expansion for a long time that it said it was coming out. Anywho, big update video going to be coming soon. I promise. Been doing a lot of stuff, has nothing to do with gaming or anything like that, so look out for that video. But for the people that are just here because of this is Runeterra, an expansion just dropped. Hi. I like to play this game, and more specifically, I wanted to try out some of these new characters. So I got 4 decks, not the Vlad one. That's not new. It just I never changed the names of any of my decks. But there's 2 of them with Irelia, 2 of them with Zilean, none of them with Malphite because I just don't have the heart to create that character at the moment. It's just he's so doo-doo. But maybe I'll figure out something. But I don't have that much time. I actually have work, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't even been putting in that much videos. It's been a lot going on at my job and they're needing me, so I actually have to go to sleep pretty soon so I can go to work and not fall asleep and lose my job. But before that, we are going to try out 4 decks for you guys, literally in this order. So without further ado, Skinny Rinky Dinky Doo, let's get into it. Alright, so the first deck that I thought of was going to be Zilean and Viktor. I thought Zilean was just pretty funny. And Viktor obviously put along the route. We're playing against the most popular, I think, deck that's going to be out. The deck that I could have easily made, but I was like, not that I'm like a hipster as far as like, if they're doing it, I don't want to do it. But it's just like, literally, they're doing it. So there's no point in me doing it. I think this deck is pretty much going to be very popular, and at least you guys get to see it. So in case other people are trying to be just as new and hippie as me, and at least you guys don't have to see it every 2 seconds. So the only reason why I want to do this is just because Viktor, when he levels up, he obviously makes created cards cost less. Zilean creates a bunch of cards and they're gonna just cost 1 less, and I just want to see it. That's all the man wants to see. A lot of these decks are like super basic like thought process on my end. I just want to see how certain interactions work, how certain things go that's all. I just want to see how things work. So he has this very aggressive deck that pretty much these things come out, as you see, creates this, makes something, and then you kind of can't really block it because it just this is gonna die and this is gonna die. So it's just like, oh, I can actually copy it with. Right, so just gonna predict here. Maybe we can get Zilean, maybe. Nope, stress testing. I also, yeah, I wanted to test this out too. So I might not be able to get it in this game. I'm actually going to get this. Technically, I should. But I want to try stress testing the fleeting cards that are created. I want to keep them, and that should be pretty interesting. Don't touch it. A block with this has a bigger body. I mean, this has a big body too, but. There we go. Get my ignition going on. I'm really curious on, like, I mean, the reason why I kept my Vlad deck, the Vlad deck that you guys saw, is that I did want to just like maybe just like steamroll over some of these little early decks. But I'm hoping that Viktor here, maybe I shouldn't have just slammed him down like that. But I'm hoping that he can get some pretty good keywords, and it can it will enable us to fight against this deck. Like, all I need one, maybe if he gets tough, that would mean I'll have a permanent blocker against them. If I can get not regeneration. Regeneration is good too, but okay. Like a lifesteal, so I can lifesteal my health back, and then he'll have a tough time like pressuring me. I'm happy that he hasn't drawn this fearsome, which that's good. That means I can push for some damage. Yeah, he's just gonna do this all day because that's what his deck is meant to do. So there goes 3 damage. I'm just gonna let it go through. Gotta use my health as a resource. I'm gonna push 3 damage back onto him. Can't block on any of these. Actually, technically can. That was a little bit what is it, haphazard, because he could have Shapestone, which boosts the attack of his unit. He would have been able to block and then plus kill my Viktor. Little scary, but next turn we have Payday, and we're gonna have another Hex deck. I'm really just trying to get, like I said, get Viktor in a spot where we can do some fun things. There we go. Puff Cat Peddler. Oh, I think this is just like an alternate win con, I think.
There's always a way out.
Recalls that. That's going to enable him to draw a card. He has a lot of elusive damage plus everything else. Technically, I think he should have just up this one back. Also, what's really good, I could play this, right? But I think I want to do this first. Hoping for maybe this. Oh, getting elusive also would be pretty good. Here, I think the spell shield is going to be fantastic. Gives me some protection. And then we're going to go here, hoping that we can get a nice little hit. And we got Hooker. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. If he has a blade thing, another thing that can do an attack, I think I lose. I'm pretty sure I lose. So we're just gonna keep doing that. I could have saved mana to act like I have technically it would have been smart to act like I have a mystic shot or something of that nature. Wouldn't have been too bad to do. Does that 3 mana? He could do it. I don't know how much damage that is, but use this body again. 3 health, ladies and gents. 3 health. As you can see, this deck, the deck that he's playing is very offensive, very strong, not to be underestimated. Now, with all the nonsense that we have here, I will be leveling Viktor up.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
Maybe I should have just put him down last turn. I have to win this turn, or if not, get like a...
Showtime.
I'm a peddler, not a meddler.
So dangerous. He's just popping that off his shit. All right.
They grow up so fast.
There goes the tough that I kind of wanted a little bit earlier, but I think our deck is just a little bit too slow. Is use the imperative improvement to take his drop. Oh my god, I could have done that 8 years ago. I could have done that 8 years ago, literally. So what he's gonna do here is 9 times out of 10 open attack. It'd be really silly if he doesn't. And I don't have enough gusto to block or stop it. Has a nice elusive kind of win con also on top of that. I think, see, I had 3 of these in my hand, right? So why didn't I like copy them? I think that was my mistake there. I think that was hugely my... I could even copy them and then do all that stuff. So the deck has some things, but definitely against this deck, I think specifically against this deck, it's a little too slow. We needed Viktor to hit, like I said, lifesteal possibly, and then we would have been doing somewhat okay. But it is what it is. All right, so the next deck I wanted to try is going to be Irelia with Bilgewater. I wanted to try her and MF, and then after that it's going to be her and Quinn. Oh, see, this would have been better for the other fight because I would have been able to sit there. And this is like so annoying. I hate fighting against this too. But maybe we can out-tempo them. So this is a nice one. Turn 1, turn 2. Homecoming, I almost feel like keeping it. I might keep this hand like outside of this. So if he has ice shards, if he's like, thank you. If he's actually main decking ice shards, which I think this deck does, especially because, I mean, it should, especially with the Irelia. If you didn't put it in before, you should definitely put it in now. So this card might actually end up dying in this matchup. This card takes a little, like 2 of them, but still, my thing is that keeping this kind of sorta stops us from getting blown out from a watcher. So having it in my hand kind of makes me feel slightly safer. But here's the interaction that I just like, is that this crack shot is going to be enabled by this. I could also slow, nah, that's no real reason to do that. And there's a lot of cool like interactions with decks specifically. So you do this, starts that, 1, he shoots for 1. I think I technically should have just attacked with this by itself. See, look, he had that. So if I would have played this, he would have instantly killed it. I would attack with this, but then the Spiderling will just kill it, and then he can Vile Feast this. But then again, him Vile Feasting this thing, kind of low key a wet dream. Kind of a wet dream. I'm not gonna lie. I actually surprised he didn't take that. All right, so now we don't have backup technically, so I kind of want to have him play something, and then he'll play whatever he wants. He has 4 mana. Hopefully he plays something decently of a decent size. We could slap down Irelia if he spends a decent amount of mana here. No, he just throws it back to me. Now these 2 combinations with 4 mana can't kill Irelia. They can definitely kill these duos, but
where they fall, freedom grows.
So I'm perfectly fine with that. We're gonna get a Flawless Duet, which is gonna summon 2 of these bad boys and put him into play. He's gonna get shot in the face. Okay, so he had a shitty hand. So now he has either Irelia. He either has Lysandra or Trundle in his hand now. So what we could do is play this first. Yes, I also put this in here because it gives me a free rally. I just thought that I don't know, in general is just absolutely hilarious. Again, just testing stuff out. So we can play this.
Hang on, Fuzzball.
Hey,
We can play this. He can Vile Feast this. He has a decent amount of mana here. But yeah, that's slightly problematic. So what I could do, I could save Irelia right now by whatchamacallit, by using this card, and then she'll be safe. I could do that. I could also go for the more aggressive play. He's not going to level up. He's gonna heal back. No, he already healed, right? So he already healed himself. So I think I'm just gonna go for damage here. Everything here dies. This thing is gonna die. So which is the problem with this deck. So boom, he's gonna block some of the damage again. He's losing that anyway. So I can see, I can sympathize with why he did that. And then we're just gonna boost some damage. Like I said, I could have saved her if I wanted to with the flaws. I probably should have, but I got him down to 11 after he did this, and he's gonna also take 2, so he's gonna be down to 7. This deck does run healing, so he's not out of it. But see, possibly with this hand, maybe I should have.
King of Trolls coming through.
And you know what? In hindsight, now I'm thinking about it even more, is that I kind of knew.
Everything's better with company.
I kind of knew that he did that because he used the entrenching, right? So I knew for a fact that he had a champion and that's the thing that most likely he was going to play the next turn. But see, now I'm on draw, and if I don't draw anything really good here, I'm kind of screwed. And this is a one of. It's a one of.
Let's move.
It's a really easy save for me. Yeah, he's gonna, and this, like I said, more heal goes back up to 9. Does it say it's fleeting, or is Flawless Duet just a fleeting card? Okay, that's what I'm missing. You know what? I should have. No, I didn't have a unit. I was about to say I should have just bounced him. I think I should have bounced him in general. Just thinking about it in hindsight. Because if I bounce him, then he could play the Ice Pillar, but he can't play that and then the Ice Pillar. So I think that's also a slight misstep on my end. He's gonna drop the Ice Pillar next turn. He's gonna just pull this in. Okay, we got some spicy. Something a little. It is his turn, so it's his attack turn. Okay. So I can do this.
Showtime.
Right.
They look angry.
I kind of want to like bounce this back to his hand, but I'm gonna wait until he actually attacks with it. It is his attack turn.
It's always cold in the Freljord.
Then we get to bounce this kind of back for free. Still has a lot of mana to mess around with.
The Yordle here's with me.
But we have a lot of actual damage. So I think he has to somewhat kill us this turn. Or he's not.
Ages pass, but I am eternal.
Does that automatically create the ice shard? No, round start. And oh, and then that kind of elevates my That's annoying. I just realized that. So like with this on the field at round start, I actually now have to I have to bounce this now, because if he whatchamacalls it, if he was to I'm losing my English. If he I have 6 mana, I can actually play both of these though. So as you can see, like he makes the thing tough, and then I'm not gonna do any damage. But he'll just play it next turn. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, thank God he didn't hit his face with that. All right, so now he's super low on mana. So I'm going to bounce before he really even gets to attack. I guess I could wait until he attacks. Even if he doesn't, it's kind of okay.
I am inevitable.
I'll knock 'em dead.
Okay.
This is gonna be fun.
+5, so his hand's fat. That is not. Yeah, he gets 1 for each thing. So 1, 2, 3. We know he has 3, and then there's 2 more big cards in his hand. Most likely the stupid thing. Then didn't I say I was saving this for the Watcher specifically? But it's my turn next turn, and I feel like I have to do something. Like he doesn't even technically have to. I can drop this down now. He doesn't really have to respond to it at all. Yeah, see the ice shard. All right, so we got this card 4 that leaves us with 6 mana. I kind of want to do this. I can bounce that back. Maybe try to bait him into using his thing right now.
Full speed ahead.
Yeah, but see, these don't bounce the other thing. That's his free little ice shard right there. I can't do anything to her. I think this is gonna be a GG. So now we're going against Yasuo Malphite. Now, the reason why I don't like Malphite is just that his I don't know, I feel like he's just a little bit too slow. So let's see how this guy runs it. Now the problem also with this deck, which I know a lot of people said that they liked it, is that Yasuo and Malphite kind of have 2 conditions. Now Yasuo needs stuns, so you have to run stuns in the deck if you want him to level. And then Malphite,
Fight with my spirit, not my fists.
and just slap this. And Malphite, he needs landmarks. So I don't know exactly what they're gonna prioritize. Like just have, like you kind of have to prioritize Malphite because he does come with stuns, and I think that's the idea behind it. I think that's what people are like trying to look for. Like that's how it kind of works. That 2 regen, I don't think he has anything to really stop me like that.
They won't hurt you. If they hurt you, I never forgive myself.
Ooh. So I'm just gonna be using her. I definitely want to slap down the musician a little bit early. We have a lot of ways to summon a lot of units. He's gonna go with the monastery. So he's going for, which I actually thought about this too, is going for the recall version of Yasuo. I've actually played a recall version of it. It's not that it's slow, it's just like super controlly. You mitigate a lot of damage because you can block like this, recall it, play it again, and you just kind of do that over and over and over again, and then like your units get strong that way. And then that way I could actually see it might actually work for maybe any of his units, that have like a play effect, like how this one has a tune is a play effect. You get mana on your spell bar. So there could be other alternate ways that I'm not necessarily thinking about that he can use, that he can abuse.
Death is like the wind, always by my side.
So right here, like, I don't know exactly.
The enemy approaches the painted shore.
Play the song of the fallen. So they might witness
That's
our
4 damage,
fight.
that's fine. Now, he can keep recalling stuff. Now, he's not gonna recall Yasuo, but he can keep recalling until Yasuo gets to level up. And then he can also keep replaying the monastery as well. I think it's a little too slow, but... Oh, here we go.
Nothing gets between me and my mark.
He has to play a card here, or else I'm gonna get a lot of free attacks off right now. I think I get at least 3 here. Kind of ridiculous. Okay, so this is what he's gonna do. Stun the 2 weakest enemies, so it's boom, boom. Kind of crazy. I think we torture him first. So these attacks count. We get our spell mana back, which is amazing. Have to draw that card for free. Gonna let those go. So now I can actually summon another Valor because of the field musicians.
It's our time to shine, Valor.
So now the 2 stuns are gonna go on these 2 units. Well, actually, I'm gonna use one. I'm gonna do this.
Still heart, steady hand.
Oh, definitely messed that up. I'm trying to pressure the hell out of him right now.
Scouting ahead.
Oh, I actually, yeah, I'm like losing my mind. There we go.
Dance to the drums of war. And
I think this is just not as good as Azir's, but I think that there's something to say about it, you know? I think that's kill. No, actually, yeah, that's kill on board. He has to do something. Either he has to stop me from winning in general, or like at least save his Yasuo. And no, we win. Okay, so we didn't. Yo, dude. I thought I was gonna lose every game. I was like, yo, man. But you know what's really cool is that, and I hope that I showcase this, is that when you're making decks, this is a big card game thing, right? And it's actually a life thing, to be completely honest. You're going to lose. You're gonna lose. You're not perfect. No one's perfect. You're gonna take some L's. So while you're taking L's, try to like go back, fix some stuff. And if it's about you, go back and fix yourself. You know, it's all about taking things in stride. So even if I were to lose every single game here, it's fine. Even though like these 2 matches were kind of jaded against me, especially this one going against, you know, a thing eventually that gets a tough Nexus, and all I'm doing is summoning 1/1s is kind of not fair, if I'm being honest. This thing, I think I could have played it a lot better. This one, we played it excellent and we win. So if I win this one, which is Mono Shurima, which you can only imagine, like I said, it's Zilean. So it's 3 Zileans and 1 of each of the actual Ascended. And it's kind of trying to have Zilean kind of go out there and do his thing, and then have all the countdowns on the buried sun disc. And then the way that the sun disc reads, and I'll read it to you guys in a second. And I gotta fight against this. This is like one of the best decks. I got to fight like one of the best decks, but I'm in rank, so I you know, I would never try to blame my opponent for going hard in the paint. It's kind of I should have actually mulliganed a little bit more now that I think about it, because of I already have my 2-drop. I forgot he's a 2-drop. I forgot he's a 2-drop. Woe is me. All right, cool. So the cool thing about this, right, is that when this thing does level up, you draw 1 of each copy of your Ascended allies, right? So, oh, I already got one. So I could just kind of focus on leveling this thing up, and it doesn't really matter. I'm in a bottle. Okay,
Now, then, pursue.
that's fine. So our whole thing is just going to be sitting back, letting this thing tick away. If I can, like this, like Azir, I actually kind of want to save him in my hand. I really don't want to necessarily. Reason why I don't want to necessarily play it, I could play it and use him in attack, but I don't really need to do that. I don't want to do that. Because I can level, when he's leveled, I can slap him down, and that's 10 minus rounds on this thing, right? So he's doing his slay thing. I'm going to be doing my thing. I actually have a little hand trick in my hand, so that's pretty good. We're going to draw this. Hopefully it hits one of the Ascended. It does. It actually hits Nasus. Now I have a Nasus too, so it's not like I'm playing naked out here. He's going to go for that. I can actually counter that with this. I don't really need to save Zilean though. I really don't. him dying means absolutely nothing, but I'd rather, hey, you do that. Zilean stays alive as a 1/1, which his deck can easily deal with as a 1/1. I would actually trade into that if he wanted to attack with it. That's fine. All right. So, oh, nice.
Waters, protect our prosperity.
Oh no, that was stupid. I could have played this first. I'm new to the deck, as you can see. As you can see, I could have had a Zier with that as well. I kind of forgot. I, for some reason, thought it was just only one person at a time. All right, so we're gonna throw this down. He's not getting slays, so I'm kind of happy. I'm happy to sit here all day. That might have been a skip there. Is my attack turn, but I'm not going to attack. He has literally one slay, and he's gonna eventually draw it into his Thresh. He's gonna draw into his Thresh, and then once he does that, I'm assuming that he'll be a happy camper. He'll start trading all these things down. But we have a Thresh. Like I said, we have a whatchamacallit as well, so we can do this. That's a free trade. Kind of open up the board a little bit, and then on our turn, sure he has some type of something. Gonna drain it. Actually, we get like, don't we get like 1,000 slays here? Don't we kill his whole board? Spirit of Fire lowers their attack by 2, and then they take 2 at the end of the turn. Well, actually, no. Hindsight. Now, I took all that, right? I got a bunch of slays from that. I'll get a couple here. But he can kill them off, is what I was saying. Actually, I don't get all the slays. He could easily eat with other things, these 2. Or he's going to give my Gnosis here 2 more slays. And then it's going to bring him up to being a 9/9. And again, this thing is just sitting here ready to go. So yeah, he's gonna eat one of them, and then if he draws what is it, Spirit's Refuge. So these are slays that he's getting. Oh, he needs to kill this off, or he's gonna give that to me as another slay. Okay, he is. Wait. Zilean is just here to watch how things unfold. That's his whole ML right now. I can do this now.
It's as though I never left.
Actually, that was a little bit too fast. He has enough mana to instantly kill this. That was a little silly. That was a little too fast. That was a little too fast. A little too fast. I'm actually a little bit upset that I did that. I kind of get a little antsy sometimes when I play. I think the smarter play here would still be to kind of play a Zier here.
The soul wears away like grains of sand.
Okay. His 4 mana here, knowing that deck, I think that he does, it doesn't run Undying Grass, so I kind of can attack with this. The only thing he can kind of he can block with all 3 of these, but they will die. So that is a thing. I could also attack with all these off to the side. I think this I can attack with at the very least. All these things have low health, but he can trade them out. But all these things have less than 3, so this will bring it to 9. Anything he attacks will bring. Oh no, they didn't tell. Actually, switching my ship today, they didn't tell them, I guess. All right, but we're doing pretty good. Actually, might have to throw my phone. Tuck it to the side. Okay, we're good. We're good. So Gnosis levels up once I hit 10.
Our penance is deserved.
So mine is bigger than his, which makes sense.
Serve the Empire. I am but your guide.
Okay. I'm also gonna just for safety reasons, I am going to protect him as well.
Oasis of the dawn flows again.
As it did so many years ago.
So we're fine on that end. He has a couple mana, but I can super protect my mine. I have quicksand here. And he could do that as a slay, but the problem is that I can actually level up my guy here.
Not in my city.
Return to dust. Your spirit is hollow.
That levels my Gnosis, but I'm sorry he's gonna do something. Okay. He gets a slay equal there. I don't think he knows what's going on. Or maybe he just can't stop it. That's gonna tick this thing down. Remember, I still have advanced time in a bottle here. Which, unfortunately doesn't really mean much of anything. I can actually use this to draw.
We live in hallowed
It's gonna give me a Zilean, which is fantastic. Now, what I kind of want to do here is that I kind of want to save this for after I drop a Zier. So I could do this and then hit. I don't need to do that. I kind of think that that's kind of pointless. It is now my turn. So I think here we slap down a Zier. No, actually, it's better to do this first.
bask in the sunlight.
It's gonna give me another. No, okay, that gives me my Renekton. And this starts the party, baby! The party's here! Time to watch a movie, guys. Hopefully you guys are ready, sitting there enjoying yourselves. Alright. Having a good old time. Oh no. Oh no, what are we doing? Oh, fingertips. That makes all his things -3. You have this to draw. We have Renekton in the hand to play. He still needs to level up though, fortunately. Alright, so it's still our turn.
Everyone's a god.
Now what's crazy is that he has to block with his he has to block with his Nasus. So now we're gonna put time bombs in our deck. See how easy, and it also scrambles the deck around. Summon them and grant them +2/+2. We do need to trade down our board though, honestly. We can also start time bomb. Time bomb is gonna help us draw. So he has to block. Literally has to. So we put this out first. So he can't block, so he has to use this first and his Nasus dies immediately. And we just push damage with everybody else. And I think we get a Sand Soldier, right? Do. So he can block down with this stuff, I'm fine with that. I still have my Quicksand in case I need to rearrange something. He has 4 mana here. So Nasus has to do, yeah, he has to do that with Nasus. The best thing he could do is possibly Shapestone it, but he doesn't run any M marks in that deck. So I'm sure that that's not going to be a thing. He has to block some of these other things down. I said I was going to trade them, right? But I can't trade them. So that kills that. This does damage to that. Zilean takes a little bit of damage. But we're fine overall. Oh yeah, that thing dies as well. He does get a leveled Thresh though. Wasn't thinking about that. This guy's actually gonna try to play through it. I like it. I might have came off a little too cocky here. Alright, so if he attacks, I mean, I think my Nasus is still technically bigger than his. So what we're gonna do here, is this burst? It is burst, okay. Okay. Right, wouldn't technically you wanna pull this?
The desert by my side.
Oblivion enemy follower. A follower, not a I could actually quicksand him right now. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quicksand the Nasus so I can block with whoever I want to block with. Okay. Card.
The Emperor commands, the land obeys.
Wonder if he's trying to. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, so what is this? Enemies are vulnerable and I get to rally. Okay. Gets a kill here. He's gonna slap down his Gnosis he's gonna get for free. But it shouldn't be as big as mine. Yeah, even if he was, he's gonna get nerfed. So we should be fine on that. He has some type of thing that I'm not aware of. I am prepared. And he's out of there! There's no way he comes back from that. Shurima! Zilean played like probably the most smallest role in that, but I do think that even if we take the cards that we use to advance the time clock, sorry, the sundial, right? I still technically level 2 champions on it, so that's 20 off of it, right? So didn't really make a difference, but it's just testing it out. I think in other games possibly, you know, if I don't draw them, because I'm only running 1 copy of each. So if I don't draw them, also the couple misplays with the spell shielding on them, you know, could have been make or break there. But I did like forcing the sundial level up on hand, like as soon as his ear dropped, he couldn't do anything. Anywho, hope you guys had a good time. I thought that was pretty fun, thought that was exciting, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video. If there was any deck that you guys like specifically and want me to expand more on it, feel free to drop it in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel, and just remember that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.